over time, I've really learned to trust my instinct and my gut a lot more. And usually it's right. And the other thing I think would be just to really how important people are to a business success. It doesn't all just rely on you as the director or the owner of the business. That you really need to surround yourself with a good team.
Joining me on the line today, I've got Sam Sydney from Milk Bar Digital. Welcome to the call, Sam.
Thank you. Hi, how are you going?
Good, good. Maybe start by giving us a bit of a snapshot of who you are, what you do.
Cool. Well, firstly, thanks for having me. My name's Sam and I'm from Milk Bar Digital. So we're a boutique social media marketing agency here in Melbourne. And we look after brands in the food, fashion and lifestyle space. We deliver everything from content creation, such as videography, photography, that sort of stuff, through to end-to-end, I guess, social media management. So looking after Facebook, Instagram, paid advertising, all that kind of stuff. Fantastic.
So it sounds like you're right on the coalface with the hospitality industry. Tell me a bit about, like, I suppose, first of all, you as a business owner, what are you doing to navigate the current economy?
So yeah, definitely seeing, I guess, the big impact of COVID-19 on a lot of our clients. We pretty much work with a lot of retailers and restaurants and cafes, so it's been extremely difficult for them. I guess the number one thing that we're trying to do is help them utilize their social media channels to communicate with their customers and their audiences in a really timely manner. So obviously, as restrictions ease and as things come through from government, it's really important that they stay on top of it and also are really transparent and open with their customers about it. So from our perspective, it's about being extremely reactive, there for them 24/7 pretty much, and really fast paced work. So as soon as something comes through, we're sort of preempted things, we've got things ready to go. I guess from a personal perspective or from our own internal business, we're trying to navigate, I suppose, this whole working from home journey that a lot of business owners are probably experiencing. So just trying to be as supportive as we can for our team members, and also looking for new opportunities in the business that we can explore too.
So talking about opportunities, what do you see in the marketplace right now?
In terms of opportunities, I guess for our clients, it's been a positive opportunity. I mean, obviously it's been a negative thing, but it's been great to like show them how important social is. So I guess, especially, I guess some businesses might not understand exactly how powerful it can be. It's been also a really good opportunity for some businesses to move into the e-commerce space. So we've been helping build Shopify websites for businesses who've decided to go perhaps from pivoting from B2B to now B2C. We've also been helping people put together a lot more comprehensive ad strategies. For example, we work with one gin distiller who started manufacturing hand sanitizer. And so we've helped them set up really robust ad campaigns that have helped really skyrocket those sales. So there's been things like that.
So really just tracking the social media with the mood in the marketplace, because the message I'm hearing from you is, and also probably from a lot of other people, is, you know, social media is a thing that people are using during lockdown probably more.
Absolutely.
Especially hospitality, the doors are shut. There's not much we can do. So we probably need to keep the brand alive in their face and let them know when we are reopening so that the seats are full and people are comfortable coming back.
And just communicating sort of what hygiene precautions they're taking, or if they're now doing takeaway instead, just communicating those kinds of key messages. And I guess also it's been a really good opportunity for some clients to have that downtime, I guess, to reflect on their business, and perhaps if they've been considering doing something like a website makeover in the past, but they were always like, this is too hard basket, I'm gonna put this off. I guess it's one of those things. Got nothing else to do right now.
So now's the perfect time. I know there's a lot of renovations happening in a lot of restaurants as well.
Absolutely.
Floor redone and all those sorts of things as well. So tell me about your priorities right now in business. What are you focused on?
Client retention is probably the number one thing that we're focusing on. So making sure that we're being flexible with our clients' needs, so that we're still here and that they're still there in another 6 months' time. And also the welfare of our team members is probably the other priority for me.
Yeah, especially with the working from home.
Yeah, and we have a really like, I'm proud of the culture that we have in our team, and we're a very close knit team. So in terms of when you're a creative agency as well, being sort of the types of people you work with tend to really feed off each other's energy, and you're bouncing ideas all the time. And you really rely on that strong sort of interpersonal connection you have in the office. So trying to find ways, I guess, to make sure we're keeping that up has been, definitely a priority for us.
Yeah, fantastic. So tell me, from a sort of bigger picture point of view, what personal lessons have you taken away from this situation?
Appreciate what you've got. On a personal level, I guess I've also been trying to, I guess, once the worst of the destruction I feel like has happened, it was a good opportunity to stop and reflect on what we've been doing for the past 5 years, and I guess really take some downtime. So reflect on what matters to me and what my values are and what the business values are. And I suppose, I guess that's probably a common theme you might have seen with a lot of the people you've spoken to. But
you know what's
important
funny?
Self-reflection.
Yeah, I mean, in our business, we often say to people, you should work on and not in the business. And we say, take time out to do a plan, and you should stop every quarter, take a day out of work and just do nothing else but contemplate the future. And it's like bashing your head against a brick wall sometimes. I'm too busy, there's too much on, I'm too busy. All of a sudden we have this fantastic window of opportunity. People are sitting at home going, I'm actually enjoying thinking about what I could do better, what I could do differently, and dropping off all the non-profitable work and focusing on what I love to do. And
totally.
It's almost like, from our point of view, it's the best thing that's ever happened in a lot of ways. Getting people just to stop and take stock and renew in a way.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
So let me ask you, the best piece of business advice you've ever received?
So much. I think one of the things would be to trust your instincts. So if you get a bad feeling about something, that's usually listen to it, whether it's something seems too good to be true, or if you just get bad. I know that sounds a bit airy fairy, doesn't it? But I really think that over time I've really learned to trust my instinct and my gut a lot more, and usually it's right. And the other thing I think would be just to really how important people are to a business success. It doesn't all just rely on you as the director or the owner of the business. That you really need to surround yourself with a good team, and that doesn't necessarily just mean your direct employees. Obviously they're absolutely crucial to success, but also even just making sure you have really trusted people in your network, or who you rely on for their professional services. I think that's probably been the best advice I got given.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty profound. I know you say it's airy fairy to trust your instincts or your intuition, but I think often we don't listen to our intuition, and that's usually when things fall over.
Yeah.
And if you think about what intuition is, it's a combination of wisdom and knowledge. And so often when people
past
have
experience,
when people have a gut feeling, it's their whole body reacting to a situation.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're not comfortable with it, you sort of can ignore it, and it can be to your own detriment. So I think that's a great piece of advice. And the other thing is surrounding yourself with great people. And I think often, especially small businesses, they think that they're a solopreneur and I'm doing it on my own. And if I want to get it done properly, I'm going to do it myself. And the reality is that paints you into a corner. So when you start to build a trusted sort of circle around you, and you sort of said it nicely, you said not only the team, but the advisors, it's even the customers and the suppliers. So you look at every person who interacts with your business, and if they're a close-knit team, it's basically a synergistic sort of approach to growing the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, I'm not going to ask you about favourite book, because
I can reel off all sorts of fiction that I like, but
I'm curious, what's your favourite book in fiction?
Favorite book. Well, I recently read a book called Pachinko, which was really amazing. I also love authors like Neil Gaiman. I love that sort of style of writing. I really love reading to switch off from business and to switch off from the world. So I don't tend to read a lot of business or anything like that.
Oh, that's fine.
Although if you have any recommendations, open to hearing them.
Oh, so many. So many. I don't even know where to start. Like, people ask, what's your favorite business book? And for me, that's a sort of hard question, because it's like saying, which is your favorite child?
Yeah.
But they're all good. And it sort of comes down to what you need. So is there an area in business that you feel you need to improve your skills and knowledge?
Yeah, I mean, everywhere, but you're constantly learning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, I guess, just how to be a good leader, that sort of stuff always appeals to me.
So that's a tough one, right? Because I think there's so many moving parts in a business. Leadership's the one that sort of overrides everything.
Yeah.
And in leadership, there's many books. Probably one of the most popular or favorite ones at the moment would be Simon Sinek, Starting with Why.
Okay.
He's a very inspirational leadership writer and also presenter. And sometimes you don't need to read the book, just go to TED Talks.
I love TED
Sinek,
Talks.
you'll find him there.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's an easy start. There's so many different books. The trick is to find someone who resonates with your values.
Yeah, that's so true.
Because leadership happens in many different ways. There's hard-nosed, bullish type leaders like Donald Trump. Not that we'll talk about him today.
Yeah.
But then you've got different kinds of leaders, right? And so you've got leadership's really about sort of, it sounds obvious, but to lead means to take risks and to choose direction of the business and to inspire people to want to come on the journey with you. And sometimes you look at more altruistic leaders like Gandhi or Nelson Mandela, and they're fantastic leaders to follow. Just even watching their movies are inspirational. Because you're looking at these people who really made a difference on the planet just by how they thought. They weren't strong, they weren't powerful, they didn't have, any magic powers. They just were very clear on what they stood for, and just sort of backed themselves. So it's a whole lot of different ways of looking at it. So that's how I sort of normally pick books. Last question, number one piece of advice that you would give to someone in business right now?
Can I have 3?
Yeah. Three number one pieces of advice.
3 number one pieces would be to communicate and keep your communication really high with your clients and your customers.
Yeah.
To keep everybody up to date. The second thing would be to appreciate your loyal customers. I can't tell you how many of our clients have come to me and said, Sam, I had no idea we had so many loyal customers. Gosh, we never appreciated them enough before now, but they've kept our business alive through this period. So that, and also just, I guess, supporting one another. So whether that's from just a check-in with your team members, like for us, we have sort of like a buddy system where everyone has to check in with each other in their team virtually every day just to see how they're going. Doesn't even have to be about work-related stuff.
Yep.
And then, or even just supporting, the network around you. It might be just, you never know how far, I guess, a little check-in will go with people in your life.
Yeah. And really, we have so many channels of communication now.
There's no excuse.
There's no excuse. But what sometimes happens is people get overwhelmed and they go, I'm over-communicated.
Yeah.
The problem is they're not selective. They're not really going deep in the relationships with people. They're just getting smashed with data.
Yeah, true.
The danger of having so many communication channels is that people say, I've had enough, I'm just unplugging. And it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. What needs to happen is you need to understand what's valuable. And so when you talk about this, keeping the channels open of communication, there's certain people that are important and you need to keep those channels open. So fantastic piece of advice.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool.
3 pieces of advice, let's say.
Yeah.
Sam, look, thanks so much for your time. Really enjoyed our brief chat, and lovely to hear insights into how you run your business and I suppose your approach to life in general. So thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Cheers.